The Beckhams. Now that everyone's out there talking about it, not to brag, but I think I was the first one to post his response, or one of the first early on. I was early on, the first batch. Now that you really think about it, this is my professional content consuming opinion. And someone that just really likes to look at families and human behavior and all of that. I don't think it's as deep as they're making it sound. I do think there's a mix. I think, everyone has their personality flaws or whatever, but I think so apparently, the girlfriend, Nicola, had a lot of issues when she was planning her wedding, and her dad got sued by a bunch of wedding planners. So could she be an entitled, difficult kid, young girl, getting married for the first time, not knowing much? Yes, of course. She grew up with nothing but money and spoiledness. I'm not saying she's spoiled. I don't know if she is. Even if she's spoiled, she could be a nice person. There's people, it all depends on your core personality. Some people are born, and if you give them a little bit too much, they're just jackasses. Other people, you can give them everything and they're still sweet at heart. I don't know her. But I do think it could be a mix. And also Brooklyn could be entitled brat. Because the things he's complaining about, this sounds like regular family drama that a lot of us deal with, and he's making it sound like it's an abuse, physical, verbal. He's putting it on a level it doesn't belong. The crime doesn't fit the punishment. That's kind of what it is. There's differences. There's brattiness, entitlement. Maybe the mom's controlling, maybe she's not. Maybe the girls they fought about the dress and it made it worse. It escalated, domino effect. I just think this is super repairable. I think he made a mistake in airing their dirty laundry. I'm never a fan of family members airing their dirty laundry. I think it's fine for him to say, look, we have a rift. We're not talking right now, and let's leave it at that. We just don't agree on stuff. Keep it general, that's still saying the truth, but you don't have to give details. That's still your mom. They're still in the public eye. I thought that was super, I don't know. I have mixed feelings, but I don't think it was the best move for him. How does it help him? How does it help anybody? I think this kind of attitude can escalate into further deepening of the wounds that don't really need to be so deep. And just because the kids side with the parents doesn't mean the parents are good or bad, or it's a cult type relationship. I think the fact that David Beckham is also on the mom's side, and he doesn't strike me as somebody that's just going to follow whatever Victoria wants. He seems to be on the surface a caring guy. He seems to be a nice guy, a charming guy, a caring guy, a good husband, a flawed guy, a good father. He seems overall to be a wonderful father that cares about his kids. So I don't think if the mom was that awful that he would side with her regardless. I think he would help his son out. So I think there's just a mix of things here. Maybe Nicola just doesn't get her. She doesn't get they don't get each other, and it just escalated where it didn't have to go. And maybe because she's young and she's entitled, maybe she's standing her ground and she has no flexibility. I think they should all go to therapy and they should work it out. That's what I think. And I think there's no need. The complaints are not, unless there's something we don't know about Victoria being a like a sadist, because clearly all the complaints are towards Victoria. He didn't mention his dad once. He just mentioned his dad didn't want to see him, but he didn't mention his dad doing anything wrong other than ignoring him. So I think it's all on Victoria and all on Nicola. And this just sounds like a petty girl fight. Maybe Nicola expected Victoria to bow down to her and do whatever the hell she wanted, or treat her team a certain way. Maybe not. Maybe it's the other way around. But it just sounds like something that's so repairable and doesn't have to be that way. They're probably going to be stubborn and stick their heels in the ground and not fix this. And Brooklyn's taking a page out of Harry's book and turning on his entire family for bullshit. Which maybe he thinks it's a normal, solid thing to do, because he loves his wife, he just got married, but he's too young to realize it's not worth it. This is your entire family. What are you doing? This needs to be fixed, not alienated. In my opinion, he'll learn it as he gets older, but it's not the route that's best for everybody.